So hello again, friends. Welcome to another episode of Conscious Relating. I am Wolf,
I'm dear.
and we're a couple doing our best to live a conscious lifestyle with each other and for each other, so we can have the most thriving, rewarding relationship possible. And so welcome here. Happy that you're joining us today, and whether if you're in a relationship or not, this might be helpful to you, what we're going to share. I see one common thing that can get in a way from being like finding a relationship to the highest level can be perfection and imperfection. Like we all carry around this idea of a perfect partner that is kind of fit into the mold of exactly how we want things to be. So it can be like perfect in way how someone acts, or how they look, or how anything like that. And then we carry on around this, like we get annoyed or triggered when the partner don't live up to our ideals of the perfect partner, and that can easily get in the way of for us to connect. So, and none of us is perfect. I am not. You are not. Yeah, you're pretty close in my eyes. So that's good. So I'm lucky in that sense.
Thank you.
But and we can go into a little bit details if there's anything that kind of we like in each other. But I guess what do you have any take on this, like perfection, imperfection,
Thank you for offering this topic. Um, so, yeah, so what's alive in me right now is, I do actually feel like there's a expectation, whatever we meet, especially when we are seeking and looking for that special someone that can potentially fill in some empty spots that were not able to be fulfilled by our own, that we are not able to show up for. So we cast this expectation out into this someone, and so that's why when we are relating to someone romantically, we tend to cast out this expectation on this person. So there's like a lot of responsibilities that is put outside of us, and also there could also be a lot of pressure on the other person if they have to carry on this role, especially when that person is not really mature and ready yet to hold space for another person. So that's why I felt like we none of us is perfect, and so in the process of relating, to work with our own imperfections and accepting each other's flaws and not to pick on them, rather if we can stay with it and observe the what is actually going on inside. And I remember that there could be a couple of occasions, kind of, I guess, in the beginning, in the first few months. I observed there's this opposition to what Wolf has his own way of doing things and keeping things in a certain way, and I don't really agree to it because this is not the way I intend to, or I would prefer to have it another way. So instead of saying to him that, well, like, don't do this, or like, this is not good, or like, do it like my way, so I remember also we are really honoring and respecting each other's space. So that's why when I enter into his space, I follow what he would like it to be, not what I would like it to be, and vice versa. When Wolf enters my apartment, and he really check in with me, how would you like it to be? So I felt like there's a sincerity and ownership and respect. And actually, for me, it's like, it's not like, okay, we have to do exactly what the other prefer, but somehow we can come to a midpoint where he can accept the way that I do, or maybe we kind of yeah, we kind of just, we don't really put it into black and white, but we just do it in a way that is harmonious, for because it can, just as a simple thing as in the kitchen, or in the fridge, like how you would like to put the oat milk, or yeah, like the ketchup, if you put it like upside down, or if the person wanted to put it like horizontally, like that can create some disharmony. and and,
Yeah.
and sometimes humor is also one big way to get it through. Like, we don't have to be so serious. I found it also, this I learned from Wolf, that quite often time he uses humor to ease out some potential conflicts, which we are pretty peaceful makers, pretty much peaceful makers, not intending to. It's just kind of like how we coming to mature in our own being, that we want to upkeep the peace and harmony. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, love. Yeah, and it's so true. Like, it's because it's I see myself maybe earlier days and some other people, like kind of coming into someone's space and kind of like taking over, like it's their space, or like, no, this is the way to do it because I know best, rather than just somehow let everyone has their unique way of, like, you have your way, and if you're in a relationship, like your partner has their way, and somehow you just gonna have to find a sweet spot of like making it work together. So I say a relationship is like always finding a sweet spot where both feel, fulfilled and happy. Sometimes we have to kind of find, that middle point. Or, but I also see another super important thing is like what we kind of put our energy towards, it kind of grows. So if I keep on finding faults in my partner, or like, okay, now she did this again, and now she said that again, and blah blah blah. It kind of builds in my, so every, like, those small little flaws can easily become like gigantic. So that's why for me it's important, and hopefully for you too, that somehow instead kind of look for the good in each other. Like to keep my eyes on, what I love about her, and if there's like small like flaws or something that I'm annoyed by, I don't like take it out of proportion. I just let it be there. Okay. So it's kind of also a conscious way of relating, is somehow also to focus on the good and the positive rather than the negative. And
Or the differences.
yeah. And yeah, it's time for chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do just want to continue while maybe you cook the chocolate, because I felt like
I'll have the whole
no.
shot. You want the
Okay, yeah, now I'm
Okay.
gonna come back. Thank you.
Mm.
Because basically, I want to share, before filming this video, like, I was feeling very depressed, and the the amount of feeling is so unproportional to what what I should be holding. It feels like this amount of like depressed state is like I'm kind of carrying the whole world's depressed. Like I'm kind of carrying like the whole universe on my heart, and I felt like the heaviness in my chest, and I was just kind of I'm aware what I was sharing, and I also know that on one level they need to be expressed in a way, and I also feel safe to express to Wolf, and he was trying to. So what I'm touching on here is like mental issue and also depression, which is really common, especially after some sort of spiritual awakening and some big life events happening. And yeah, and so yeah, I'm not perfect in that sense, you know. I'm not like this love and light, happy, like positive vibe only. Yeah, I just release all this negativity, and at the same time my intention is not to unload it on Wolf, because I I basically I did not express in words until Wolf actually asked me if I want to share anything. So that means he's ready to take it, you know. It's not like I just dump it on him. So that's the difference there. So I just express because I feel safe, and then and he was also able to just keep keep listening. Basically, this is very important. Just be the listener and the witness of what is going on, and he was really he was not trying to correct me in any ways, and also he uses his humor trying to lighten up the mood, which it works for a short moment, but then still I'm in my depressed state anyway because it was so heavy. But I do appreciate the gesture, even though in the moment I might not be able to get out of that stage, which is also unnecessary. Also, I felt like, yeah, I mean, I don't see anyone would like to stay in this state or feel in this way. It just kind of happened, you know, and so that's really, it feel really hurts if someone even want to pinpoint on someone is feeling depressed or a certain low state. So holding each other with empathy and presence is the most valuable qualities in the relating. And
Yeah, if I may ask, just for like clarification, like for guys out there in a relationship with a woman, like yes, that might be in a similar place at times. Like, how can we meet? Like, what would your suggestion be? How to best meet you? And because I can see like either we try to come in and like be like. Or we also get very affected and like, oh, you know, how are you feeling, honey? Like overly affected maybe, or not caring enough, or like, but I guess to what would you mostly like?
or yeah, okay, I can speak for myself, and I guess I can also speak for quite a number of people who might have experienced similar situation. Yeah, depression is it has become a very common mental health issue, which is also very much related to our spiritual journey. So I would say, as I also shared just now before a question, is really about empathetic listening and just be witnessing. And most of the time for me, like what was happening is that I actually want to be alone because I don't want to be seen in this state because it's shameful on one way, but but since we're having lunch, and yeah, I do want to kind of escape, and maybe I should just be alone, but then somehow I just stay put, because this also feel very uncomfortable to sort of be felt in this dense energy. I also don't want to. It's like, yeah, on one hand, like if we are being honest, we also really want to protect the others from getting in touch with these dense energies, because it's not a pleasant feeling. So let's say if I choose to stay alone, like respect that, and can offer the opportunity that if you want to share, or if you need any support, just let me know, and usually it will really be met with a thank you, and then, because it's not permanent state, it comes and go, and we don't know why it's there. Like, that's the thing, it just really comes. So yeah, that's first. And if you are staying in the same space, yeah, you don't really need to say anything in specific, but rather offer open-ended questions, and just offer your rapport, your support, and just let the person know that you're there for them. Just as simple as that. And there's nothing that you need to say. It's because the person doesn't need to be fixed. Like, I don't need to be fixed in this state.
Yeah.
You're not here to fix me, like to fix how I feel. The feeling is valid. Even I myself, I don't see that I need to fix this state. um, Even maybe there's a small part of me really wants this to end or escape from this body, like. So yeah, that's what feels true to me. And also, yeah, what feels appropriate, significant.
Yeah, like just kind of just loving, caring presence, and not maybe going fixing, right? But as you
Yeah.
said, but rather just be here and maybe ask some questions, and but yeah, I guess just showing that we actually care, that we're and that you're not don't have to be alone in your like dark place, that we're with you, and like because we're like, yeah.
Yeah, because if the person is ready to share, it's great, of course. Having an empathetic witness, it really facilitates the process, and actually that's healing. When it's also usually is when we're feeling depressed, there's like an disempowered and unintegrated part of us that wants to has a place to be able to express itself. And that's why, if the condition allows and the person is willing to be there and listen, and that will really brings a lot of healing. And so yeah, I feel like we touch on a really deep topic because it's so relevant. I do express this in and out, like periodic depressive depressed state. It's not really a depression because it's not like a prolonged period. It's like kind of come and goes in period. Um, so that's why also I finding that, like, having some spiritual practice uh, can be in the morning workout and some meditation afterwards. It kind of remind me of, okay, that I'm not what I am now, that this is just temporary. It serves as a reminder. It doesn't necessarily bring us out of the state as quick as possible, as we have mentioned, that allowing this process to unfold. Yeah. So that is like, yeah, do we drag out too far from talking about it? But I found it is significant because this part has been a big, yeah, a big topic in relating, because mental issue has been a very challenging, yeah, time, and yeah, it's a topic among people in general, and especially between close partners.
Yeah.
So that's my sharing. Thank you for the question.
Thank you, love, for sharing. And yeah, so we kind of started with like perfection and imperfection in each other, and somehow, yeah, so we can somehow just let each other be as we are. But of course, preferably, preferably, both partners in a relationship are growing. Like we're trying to become a little bit more each day. So there's no reason for the other to say, oh, like this guy is just sitting on the couch playing video games, like doing nothing. Like, so I don't want to be that guy, you know. I don't think you want to be that girl either. It's like we still just want to be like a conscious couple, can also somehow motivate each other to bring out our best selves.
Yeah, I felt like somehow, yeah, you mentioned that we are here to really to create and express our gift, and that's why it's so important to take it a pinch of salt around maybe certain part of us that doesn't feel good enough, and maybe it's like this imperfection, like the perfectionists come alive sometimes when we are also judging ourselves too hard. That's why it also projects our projecting, like judging the others.
Yeah.
So yeah, like coming back to highlighting the sameness that we all have the gifts to share. We all have a big heart and a sole purpose to, and like shining together. And so instead of focusing on this kind of imperfections, the differences, that okay, like making it a big deal that you don't wash the dishes right away or something like that.
Yeah. One small little thing, addition to this, is also that what I see is also not, it's actually little imperfections that also make the love, give a love a little more juice. It kind of, you know, if you would be perfect, I would probably be a bit bored, because like there's like no rough edges. So it's like some about these rough edges are that kind of gives us human personality. They can say, oh yeah, it's a real human being. We're not robots or like AI generated things. We are just humans, and that's beautiful. So I feel like that we can embrace each other exactly as we are, and continue to just support each other on this journey, so that we may be fulfilled and happy. And
Sounds good.
yeah,
Yeah, I feel like we are pretty complete on this topic. Yeah.
yes, we are. And of course, you are so warmly invited to join our channel with the subscribe button and like, and send to all of your friends, or at least some of them. And yeah, and we're so glad to have you here. And feel free to write in the comments below if there's any questions, or you can relate to what's been shared in some way, or if you have any ideas for other
Topics that you would like us to explore together.
Yeah.
Feel free to also write it down in the comments. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Chocolate?